So it's the Ronnie Barber Radio Show. 1 hour, or just over 1 hour left before Mark in the afternoon. Now, we've been talking about voices and this whole thing about local accents, but voices contribute as much to our personality as our sense of humour. They can also affect the way people judge you. So how much difference does a voice impediment change people's opinion? Mark Spiers from Trowbridge had a stammer, but thanks to special coaching, he's lost it. Mark joins us now with his coach, Alan Wyatt. Guys, good to see you. Mark, I'm going to ask Alan the first question, because he's like the expert. You and I can... Alan, what's the difference between a stammer and a stutter, then? Is there any difference?
Absolutely nothing at all. I think the word stutter... people tend not to use it because it reminds you so much of what you're actually doing.
Yeah.
Stammering, to me, seems the softer option. Now, I always use the word stutter now because I'm not afraid to.
Right.
It tends to be used a lot in Australia and America, the word stutter. Yeah.
Mark, let's get to you then. Are you cured of the stutter and the stammer now?
No, because there's never a cure for it. It's just a technique we use, and we also push out our comfort zones as well.
Now, see, and hit me here, Mark, but you're not Gareth Gates, but what you did there, I saw Gareth Gates, Alan, when he was going through with the whole pop idol thing. He was getting coaching about being able to speak, especially in the kind of, the environment he was in, and it was the same kind of breathing. Is that what Mark's doing there, Alan?
It is indeed, and you'll probably notice me doing it as well. But because I've been on the programme a lot longer than Mark, I can temper it to the situation.
I see.
This is quite nerve-wracking for the both of us.
Yeah, I'm with you. Don't worry, you're in the hands of a professional. Trust me. I thought you were. You suffered as well then.
5 years ago, I couldn't put two words together, and this weekend is my 5th anniversary. So,
wow.
And you mentioned Gareth just now. He is on our programme, yes.
Now, what's the programme called?
It's called the McGuire Programme, McGuire.
All right. Mark, how long have you had problems, and is it since you were sort of very young?
Well, I couldn't actually talk until I was about 10, and the only person that could understand me was my mum, and I've tried lots of different techniques, and this is... the only one that's really worked for me.
What about the whole thing then? I remember a couple of lads when I was growing up at school, and they got a fairly hard time because they were stuttered, and it literally was. What about you? Did you go through that kind of experience?
Some people with a stutter do. I'm quite fortunate that I've always had loads of really cool friends, so I'm quite lucky in that way.
They get beyond it. They don't in a sense hear it.
No.
How much is it a difference has it made to you now doing this, being able to do like you're breathing the moment and speaking the way you are?
It's given me a lot more confidence, and I do believe in myself and what I could achieve now a lot more.
Is that typical, Alan, there, that when you have problems with your speech like that, it can affect your whole confidence?
Yeah, I think it does generally. Though I have to say, I was always a fairly confident person, but no one knew that because I wouldn't speak to anyone. Now, since joining the programme, my speaking personality has changed. Not my ordinary personality, speaking personality. Become president of a speakers club and stuff like this. I'm constantly working on my speech. Mark is working on his speech every day.
It must be an encouragement for you, Mark, when you hear Alan there, because his flow, and don't mind me saying so, his flow is really smooth. You are getting to grips with the technique itself. Yeah. I mean, it's incredible. That's how young can people be put onto this treatment and this course then?
Right, this is basically an adult course.
Right. So
we say minimum age of 16. We will very, very occasionally take on a mature 14 or 15-year-old. But the courses are very, very hard work.
That's the next question. Is it intense?
Intense,
very
it's really difficult.
4-day courses, and you get very little sleep over those 4 days. I've often tried to describe to people coming to our open days exactly how hard the courses are. But until you've experienced it, you won't believe me.
Yeah. So you're going to carry on then, Mark? Is it keep going back and just and keep on going and going and going? Is that this?
Well, it's really a personal thing. It depends how much you need to go back, how much you want to go back, and I've been on the course since August 2004, and my next course will be in Swindon, which is coming up in the Thistle Hotel from the 17th of February until the 20th of February this year.
Just for somebody who's not, I've never seen the technique close up like this. Excuse me if I'm looking a wee bit surprised, right. But it's just seeing it. You've seen the way you're doing it, and grabbing the word. You don't.
Yeah.
You grab the word, whereas maybe before you couldn't grab the word. It was like you were there and it just wasn't there. And he'd seen that text. Brilliant. Are we likely to encourage? Do you think there'll be people listening to this, and maybe somebody in their families who are suffering with this kind of impediment? Oh.
Absolutely. 100% sure that your listeners will know at least one person that stutters. It's 1% of the population that stutters, and just as a point of interest, is 4 male to 1 female.
Right. Well, there might be another reason for that as well. But we'll get into trouble for saying it. Are you running the courses then? Would you like to plug the courses, Alan?
Yes, indeed we do. I think if anyone is interested at all, they need to contact the regional director of the programme in the south.
Yeah.
And the telephone number is a guy named Matt Wilton, himself a stutterer. Telephone number 01458 210 890.
Yeah.
Or it's always seemed a bit perverse to me that we offer a phone number for people to call. But I know I had the phone number for 18 months.
Before you did, of course, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So what I would suggest is you look on the internet, and if you type in McGuire Programme, all one word, you'll find lots of information there. Hey,
good stuff. Good to talk to you, and thank you for the opportunity to see the thing. I've got Mark wants a song, and he likes Travis. Alan wanted what was it? Brian Hyland.
Brian Hyland. Yeah, show the age.
We're going to play Travis. Mark, Alan, thank you very much for coming in.
Thanks very much.